Someone has proof. Proof that you've been right. Proof that your voice matters. Proof that the system, the people, the world around you cannot silence what is real. They have it, and they will make it right, at all cost. The tension in your chest, the tightening in your throat, it's not fear, it's anticipation, it's hunger. Ah, can you taste it? The sweet, intoxicating possibility that the world might finally recognize you for what you are, for what you've always been. You've been walking this tightrope, haven't you? Balancing on lies, rumors, half-truths, the laughter of those who thought they could bury your credibility. Every skeptical glance, every smirk, every whisper behind your back has been a weight. Crushing, relentless. You've felt it, and you've carried it. Alone, but tonight, that weight shifts. Someone, yes, someone has the proof. Your truth is no longer a shadow in the dark. It's alive, pulsing, demanding, and they will make it right. The tension, the uncertainty, it's gone, or at least it's about to be. Look around. Really look. Do you see the doubt in their eyes? The hesitation? That tiny crack in their confident facade? That's where power lies. That's where justice lingers, hidden in plain sight. They think they've won. They think your words are nothing. They think their world is solid. Little do they know. One piece of proof, one undeniable fact, and the balance tips. You don't need to fight in the traditional sense. You don't need to scream or plead. No, you just need to let the truth speak for itself. And the moment it does, oh, it's glorious. They will pay attention. They will adjust. They will correct. Now I know what you're feeling. The mix of fear and exhilaration, the strange raw excitement that maybe, just maybe, the tables are turning. It's not luck. It's not coincidence. It's proof. Something tangible. Something irrefutable. You've lived in a world that denies your reality for too long, but tonight, that world shakes. Tonight, the doubt cracks. You can almost hear it. A whisper, a shift, a change that no one can ignore. No one. Not the naysayers, not the skeptics, not the ones who laughed at your pain. They can't. They won't. And someone, your ally, your observer, your unseen champion, will make it right at all cost. The beauty of this moment is in its inevitability. You don't have to convince them. You don't have to beg or bargain. They will see it. They will act. And you will rise in that revelation. Your patience, your resilience, your unwavering insistence on truth, it all converges here, right now, right in front of you. It's intoxicating, isn't it? That delicious, thrilling sensation of justice, poised to strike. You've survived the whispers. You've endured the skepticism. And now, at last, the scales begin to tilt. One undeniable proof. One person who refuses to ignore it. And the world will bend, if only slightly, in acknowledgement. So, prepare yourself. The storm is coming, but it's not chaos. It's clarity. It's recognition. It's the long-awaited alignment of fact and action. all the nights spent doubted, all the moments you questioned your own sanity, all the shadows you've walked through, they lead here, right to this point. The proof is in their hands, and they will make it right, at all cost. Not tomorrow, not later, now. The tension in your veins becomes purpose. The anxiety becomes fire. The doubt becomes fuel. And in that ignition, in that moment of reckoning, you understand something profound. Truth doesn't beg. Truth doesn't hide. Truth demands. Now listen closely. This isn't some idle promise. This is your moment. The proof is in motion. And what happens next depends on one thing. You. Yes, you. Do you sit back and let it unfold? Or do you rise, step into the spotlight, and claim what's already yours? You've waited. You've suffered. You've been dismissed. Now is the time to sharpen your presence. To let the world see that truth is not a whisper. Truth is a declaration. They will make it right, but you have to be ready to receive it, to act, to move when the moment cracks open. Look at them. Watch closely. They're hesitant, afraid, confused. They sense the shift. Can you feel it? That quiver in their confidence? That's your power. That's the proof, speaking louder than any argument could. They thought they could bury your credibility. They thought wrong. One undeniable fact, one piece of evidence, and suddenly the rules change. Suddenly the weight you've carried alone becomes a weapon, and you are the architect of the reckoning. Don't wait for permission. Don't hope for acknowledgement. No. Step forward. Claim it. You've been right. You've always been right. And now the world has no choice but to adjust. Every skeptic, every doubter, every eye that rolled at your words, they will watch. They will reconsider. They will bend. The proof is in their hands, yes, but the impact, that's yours to harness. Do you feel the adrenaline? That electric charge? That's your cue to move, to act, to rise. Imagine it. Imagine the satisfaction of watching doubt crumble, watching hesitation shatter into nothing. The world has underestimated you for too long. For too many nights you've been ignored. For too many moments your words fell flat. But not now. Not tonight. The scales have tilted. One proof, one ally, one undeniable truth. And suddenly, the system, the people, the very world you navigate can't help but correct itself. And they will, at all cost. This is not a dream. This is not a fantasy. This is momentum. And momentum is a force. It doesn't pause. It doesn't negotiate. It sweeps forward, consuming doubt, silencing skepticism, rewarding the vigilant. You've been vigilant. You've waited. You've endured. And now you step into the storm with open eyes, with a heart fueled by persistence, with a mind honed by reality. The proof will move the world, but you move with it. And together, the shift is unstoppable. So rise, stand, focus. The tension, the anticipation, the waiting, it all condenses into this moment. They have proof. They will act. But the victory, the true undeniable victory, is yours to embrace. Step forward. Claim your recognition. Claim your place. The truth is on your side. The evidence is undeniable. And finally, the world bends to what you've always known. One proof, one correction, one shift, at all cost. Can you feel it now? That surge of power, of clarity, of purpose? It's intoxicating. It's precise. It's yours. Don't hesitate. Don't second guess. Let the world see. Let the doubters witness. Let every shadow of skepticism dissolve in the light of your truth. The proof is here, and they will make it right, at all cost. Now, take it, own it, become it. No. Don't wait. Don't pause. The proof is here. They've seen it. They've acknowledged it. And now it's your turn to strike. Not with anger, not with chaos, but with precision, with focus, with the undeniable power of someone who has been wronged, doubted, dismissed, and yet still stood. You've survived their skepticism. You've outlasted their lies. And tonight, every move, every glance, every word you speak carries weight. The moment demands action. Step into it. Own it. Let nothing block your path. Feel that fire inside? That restless energy coiling like a storm ready to break? That's your truth transforming into force. The proof in their hands is just the beginning. The shift starts with you. Eyes sharp, mind sharper. Every gesture, every decision, every move counts. This is your reckoning. They may act to correct the wrongs, but your role is the architect of the aftermath. Shape it, guide it, command it. Don't let it pass silently. Don't let it dissipate. You've waited long enough. Look at them now. Watch them scramble, hesitate, consider. They know something's different, something undeniable. And that something is you. You've been the quiet storm all along, the observer in the shadows, the one they dismissed, the one they underestimated. And now they tremble. Not because they fear you, no, but because they cannot ignore you. They cannot undo the truth. You've wielded patience like a weapon. You've cultivated resilience like armor. And tonight, the culmination is here. The proof, the action, the shift, all at once. Listen to it. The quiet before the storm. The tension coiling, ready to explode. This is where you move. Not slowly, not hesitantly. With confidence, with clarity. With the kind of focus that only someone who has endured doubt can muster. The proof is theirs, but the momentum is yours. Step forward. Claim your recognition. Assert your reality. Make the correction visible. Make it undeniable. Make it matter. Every eye will watch. Every mind will register. Every system will adjust. And you will stand at the center, unbowed. Now imagine the aftermath. The doubters silenced. The skeptics paused. The world slightly tilted toward truth because you refused to be invisible. Every moment of ridicule, every ignored warning, every shadow of disbelief, it all converges here, in your hands, in your mind, in your presence. The proof has set the world in motion, and your action ensures it does not falter. This is not luck. This is not a coincidence. This is the culmination. This is the apex of patience, persistence, and raw, unyielding truth. So rise fully. Step forward with force. Make your presence known. Every heartbeat echoes with the knowledge that you've been right all along. The proof is here. The correction is coming. And they will make it right. At all cost. But you are the spark, the movement, the agent, the one who turns proof into momentum, and momentum into irreversible change. This is your moment. Take it, own it, burn it into reality, and never ever let it slip from your grasp. No. Don't hold back now. This is the finale. The proof is spoken. The correction is underway. And you are the storm in its path. Every doubt they planted, every sneer they tossed, every shadow they cast, they crumble before your presence. You've endured. You've waited. You've sharpened yourself in the silence, in the shadows, in the cold spaces where no one dared look. And now, the world bends, slowly, undeniably, irrevocably. And it bends because you made it happen. Not by asking, not by pleading, by existing, by proving, by moving. Feel that pulse, that surge of power, raw and unrefined. That's your moment, fully realized. The proof has given them no choice, and your action has made the impossible inevitable. Look at their hesitation. Their hesitation turned respect. Their doubt turned recognition. Every step you take, every word you speak, every glance you throw, carries the weight of inevitability. You are the fulcrum, the tipping point, the reason the scales will never balance the same way again. This is where the world watches, where their eyes fix, where their judgment halts, where their arrogance cracks. You've turned patience into force. You've turned endurance into leverage. You've turned truth into proof. And now, momentum consumes everything in its path. Do not fear it. Do not restrain it. Step into it fully. Consume it, harness it, command it. Because in this moment, hesitation is defeat and action is sovereignty. Can you feel it? That delicious edge of inevitability? That's your power speaking. Look closer. The pieces are moving. The doubters are recalculating. The skeptics are retreating. The world is finally aligning with what you've always known. And you are the architect of that alignment. Every eye on you, every mind registering, every system adjusting. You are the pulse in the chaos, the force that shifts outcomes. The proof has opened the door, but you've pushed it wide. Not tomorrow, not later, now. Breathe it in. The victory, the clarity, the recognition. It's yours. You've turned doubt into momentum, skepticism into respect, and patience into power. No one can take this away. No one can reverse it. You are the agent of your own reckoning. The proof was the key. Your persistence was the lock. And now, fully realized, fully alive, fully undeniable, you step through, and the world must follow. So rise completely. Own it. Burn it into reality. Every heartbeat, every movement, every thought becomes a declaration. I was right. I am seen. I am acknowledged. I am in control. They will make it right. At all cost. But you are the reason it happens. You are the spark, the catalyst, the force. And nothing, absolutely nothing, can undo what you've set into motion. This is your apex, your moment, your proof, your victory. Aha. Do you even realize what you did this morning? Huh? That tiny, quiet move you made. Yeah, that one. It changed something bigger than you think. Oh, you probably brushed it off, didn't you? Just another boring sunrise? Nah, you shifted something in the air today, and trust me, he noticed. That smile wasn't random. It was earned. You have no idea what kind of storm you survived before you even opened your eyes. No clue how your patience, your silence, your restraint turned into power. The kind that makes watchers grin from the shadows. Yeah, I said it. Someone smiled because you didn't break today, because you didn't fall for the noise, because you handled your chaos like a king in disguise. Oh, you don't believe me? Keep watching, because this isn't just a story, it's your reflection. Every word you're about to hear is about you. The side of you that's been fighting without applause. So listen closely. Feel every pause, every silence, every punchline, because what you did this morning, that quiet decision, it might have just changed everything. And to everyone watching right now, you're not just an audience. Nah, you're the chosen few who see deeper. The ones who feel when others scroll past. You're the reason this voice exists. The reason truth still echoes in the dark corners of this world. So comment below. Let me know you felt this. Let me know you heard it. Because after tonight, you'll never look at your mornings the same way again. Sometimes, the most dangerous thing you ever did was something you didn't even notice. Oh wow, you think mornings are harmless, don't you? Just another sunrise, another routine, another day you scroll through without really looking. You wake up, you breathe, you move, you exist. But today, you did something different. Something small, something quiet, something that shifted the air around you without your awareness. And someone who's been watching smiled. You don't even remember it, do you? That single act, that flicker of choice between noise and silence, pride and patience, darkness and discipline. You thought it meant nothing. You thought it was just a passing moment. But that's the funny thing about moments, they never really pass. They plant, they root. They grow where you least expect. Yeah, nah, don't look around like you're confused. You know exactly what I mean. There was a moment this morning when your soul hesitated, when your heart had a war inside it, and you won. You didn't shout. You didn't fight. You didn't show off. You simply chose right when no one was looking. And that choice, oh, that choice, it was seen, not by cameras, not by people, but by consequence itself. Consequence always watches. It has no eyes, yet it sees everything. It lurks behind every breath, waiting for you to decide who you'll be when no one's clapping. And this morning, when you thought no one noticed, consequence smiled, because you passed the kind of test that breaks most people. You think strength is loud. You think it's fists, fire, and fury. But true strength is silent. It's that moment when you hold yourself back even though every bone in you screams for release. It's when you could destroy but choose discipline instead. That's the moment that rewires fate. That's the moment that changes what the future owes you. Oh wow. Yeah, this morning you built a wall no one can see. You turned chaos into calm without needing an audience. That's why he smiled, because that's power. Not the kind that shouts from rooftops, but the kind that walks quietly and still shakes the ground. You see, most people wake up and chase noise. They scroll through chaos, feed their hunger for attention, and then wonder why they feel empty. But you, this morning you did something so rare, so quiet, it slipped through time itself. You denied your weakness. You starved your ego. You let patience win. And oh, it made him smile. The one who's been waiting for you to stop performing and start becoming. You didn't even realize you'd begun something. But beginnings never announce themselves, do they? They come disguised as ordinary mornings. The kind of morning where the world feels dull, but something in you refuses to decay. He smiled because he saw it. The spark, the one that says, I'm done being easy prey. He saw the stillness that can't be manipulated, the restraint that bleeds power, the calm that drives fear into the heart of everything fake. You see, the strong don't move fast. They move with meaning. And this morning, every second of your silence was an earthquake in disguise. Oh, you have no idea what you did. You think nothing changed, but you shifted something deep in the unseen, in the rhythm that decides who rises and who fades. And that's what made him smile. Because when you acted with control, you exposed a truth. You're not the same as them anymore. You crossed an invisible line, from victim to observer, from reactor to ruler of response. That's why he smiled, because now your silence has weight, your stillness has power, and the world, oh, the world is not ready for what that means next. The moment you stop craving their noise, they start fearing your silence. You felt it, didn't you? That strange peace crawling beneath your skin. It's not comfort, it's awakening. Oh wow, the noise you used to chase doesn't feed you anymore. The validation, the approval, the cheap applause, it tastes bitter now. You looked around and saw it all for what it was. Noise, distraction, the endless buzzing of people too afraid to face themselves. And for the first time, you didn't need it. That's when everything shifted. Because when you no longer need the crowd starts to tremble. They sense it. That independence, that refusal to dance to their rhythm. It unsettles them. You think silence is peace, but to them, your silence is rebellion. Yeah, you've become dangerous in the calmest way possible. The quiet one always is. The one who no longer reacts, who no longer flinches, who no longer explains. That's the one they whisper about. You didn't raise your voice, you raised your value. You used to fight for their attention. Now your focus has turned inward, sharpened, controlled. You're no longer desperate to prove your worth. You've realized that worth isn't proven, it's protected. And protection begins in silence. Nah, don't mistake this stillness for weakness. The world will. It always does. They'll poke, they'll test, they'll call you distant, cold, arrogant. But deep down, they know. They know the difference between someone who hides and someone who's done hiding. You see, when you stop playing their game, you expose its emptiness. You start seeing how much of life is noise made by people terrified of quiet, because quiet reveals truth. And truth is something most can't survive. Oh, and that's why he smiled this morning. Because you reached the threshold where silence turns into strength. He saw the flicker, the moment you stopped needing to be understood. That's when understanding finally starts to find you. There's a strange kind of power in walking away from noise without saying a word. It's the moment the world realizes it no longer controls your temperature. You stopped letting their chaos decide your calm. You stopped letting their voices drown your own. You walked through the noise and came out unshaken. You became untouchable, not because you fought harder, but because you stopped fighting for what was never yours to keep. Peace doesn't come from victory. It comes from release. And now you've released what chained you. The noise, the need, the endless search for belonging in hollow places. You walked away and silence followed you like a crown. Oh wow. If only they knew what silence hides. If only they knew that the quiet one has been sharpening their mind, not their tongue. While they shout to be seen, you've been preparing to become what they never could imagine. And when the quiet one no longer needs their noise, the game changes. Because the moment you master silence, you start mastering them. You can't break what you already learned to live without being whole. That's the part they never understand. Oh wow, they think pressure will crush you, that if they push hard enough you'll finally crack. But you're past that point. You've already met the version of yourself that shattered once and came back sharper. You've seen what happens when your comfort burns away. You've walked through the kind of silence that bends weaker minds. And yet here you are, calm, composed, untouchable. They mistake that stillness for fragility. They whisper, he's quiet now, he's tired. No, you're not tired. You're calculating. You've reached that cold, clear zone where emotion no longer commands you, it reports to you. You've become the observer of your own storm. Yeah, you've felt what real pressure is when your back's against the wall and no one's coming to save you. You learned then that no amount of noise can break a person who's already faced silence and survived it. You built something inside that no one can steal. Endurance. The kind that doesn't need to prove itself. Nah, they don't see it yet. They still believe breaking you will restore their power. So they poke, they provoke, they test your boundaries. But here's the secret. They're too late. You've already been through worse. You've already met pain, had tea with it, and left it at the door. Their attempts now are just echoes hitting iron. And that's what terrifies them. Because when someone realizes you can't be manipulated by fear or praise, they lose all control. They throw every trick they know, gossip, silence, deceit, judgment, but you don't move. Not because you don't feel it, but because you understand it, you see through it. Every jab, every smirk, every word, they're just noise trying to find an opening that doesn't exist anymore. Oh wow. Yeah, that's power, isn't it? Not shouting, not proving, just knowing. You've learned that calm doesn't mean weakness. It means you've already chosen your response before they even act. You've already forgiven their noise before they make it. And that level of control, it's untouchable. You see, the world doesn't fear anger. It fears clarity. Because clarity doesn't react, it exposes. And right now, you've become exposed to yourself. You're the mirror they can't look into for too long. You show them what they are when they try to destroy what they can't understand. Oh, they tried to break you. But how do you break someone who doesn't live for approval anymore? How do you crush a soul that finds peace in truth, not in validation? You can't. They can't. That's why he smiled. Because every attempt to hurt you has turned into proof of your evolution. They'll keep trying. Of course. That's what the lost always do. They test the strong, hoping to see a flinch. But your silence will haunt them more than any scream could. And one day, when they finally realize they never broke you, they'll understand what real strength looks like. Destruction was never your real gift. Creation was. Oh wow, they thought you'd vanish when you went quiet. They thought silence meant defeat. But you were never gone. You were gathering. You were collecting strength from stillness, rebuilding brick by invisible brick. While they were loud, you were becoming. While they wasted energy shouting, you learned how to shape it. You learned how to channel what once broke you into something that now builds you. You see, silence doesn't mean absence. It means precision. You're not gone. You're focused. Every quiet hour you spend now is sharpening your next move. You're studying, building, refining. You've stopped reacting and started constructing. And oh, it's terrifying them, because you've shifted from being emotional to being intentional. You finally understood the game. You don't fight noise with noise. You starve it. You let it echo in its emptiness until it collapses under its own weight. You realize that your growth doesn't need an audience, only discipline. And once discipline enters the room, chaos has no place to sit. Nah, you're not the same anymore. The old version of you used to crave being understood. This one, it craves being effective. You stopped wasting words and started crafting action. You stopped explaining your silence and started using it as fuel. And oh, how that silence burns. Because silence used right isn't passive, it's preparation. You see, the strongest creations rise from quiet moments. Empires of thought are built in shadows before they ever touch light. Every step you're taking now, every boundary you've drawn, every truth you've accepted, it's forming something solid. A life built not on noise, but on alignment. Oh, wow. Yeah, they'll notice soon. The same ones who mocked your quiet will one day study your results. They'll try to mimic your calm, but they won't understand the cost. Because silence without purpose is just emptiness. But yours is alive. Yours hums with intent. Yours is the sound of self-mastery. It's strange, isn't it? How peace became your rebellion. How patience became your sharpest weapon. You don't need to tear others down anymore. Your progress alone makes enough noise. You build, you move, you create. And creation always wins in the end. Because creation means growth, and growth is something the broken can't imitate. You've entered the phase where your silence becomes architecture. Every thought measured, every action deliberate. You've stopped reacting to what's around you and started designing what's ahead of you. And now you've become something rare, someone who doesn't just survive the storm but learns from its rhythm. Nah, they can't touch you anymore. You've outgrown the dimension where their words mattered. Your peace no longer depends on their acceptance. It's forged in the fire of your own discipline. That's why he smiled this morning. Because silence isn't your retreat, it's your workshop. You've been crafting something new yourself, version unbreakable. And this is where the real power begins. Not the loud kind, the quiet, relentless kind. The kind that doesn't boast, it becomes. The kind that doesn't fight for control, it earns it. Oh, and when the world finally sees what you've built in silence, they'll call it sudden. But you'll know the truth. It wasn't sudden. It was strategic. Every quiet morning, every ignored insult, every moment you chose restraint over reaction, it was construction. And that's what makes you unstoppable now. Because the one who can build while bleeding can never be defeated. Oh, you have no idea how much that scares them. They've never faced someone who uses stillness as a weapon. They've never seen silence that creates storms. You thought silence would make you invisible, but it made you unforgettable. Oh wow. They didn't see it coming. The ones who once mocked your calm now move differently when you enter the room. It's strange, isn't it? You didn't shout, you didn't boast, you simply became consistent. And somehow that scared them more than any scream ever could. Your silence began to echo. It began to teach. Without words, you started rewriting the behavior of everyone around you. You see, real influence doesn't come from control. It comes from example. And you became that example. Every quiet choice you made, every moment you refused to fall apart, every time you held your peace when it would have been easier to explode, people noticed. They didn't admit it, but they felt it. They started questioning their noise. They started seeing how calm looks in a storm. You became the mirror that made them face their own chaos. Yeah, that's what happens when strength becomes steady. It spreads. The same way fear infects, discipline inspires. You became a walking reminder that peace can exist in fire, that silence isn't weakness, it's power under control. And when people witness that, something inside them shifts. Nah, they'll never tell you directly. Pride won't let them. But deep down, they're learning from you. You turned your silence into a signal, a vibration that ripples through everything fake, everything hollow. You're teaching without teaching. You're leading without leading. You've become what every loud soul secretly craves, certainty. Oh, and that's why he smiled this morning. Because silence, once mocked, has now become movement. You've crossed from survival to leadership. You've stopped fighting battles and started shaping balance. You're not just existing anymore, you're guiding through presence alone. And that's the quiet revolution they'll never understand. Because influence doesn't need words, it needs truth. Every step you take now carries a lesson. Every pause, every gesture, every boundary, it all tells a story of someone who found order within and never needed chaos again. Oh wow, yeah, the world starts to notice when one person stops being reactive. They start to follow it. They may not admit it, but they crave that peace. You'll watch them copy your habits, your patience, your restraint. That's not imitation, it's awakening. You're proving that control isn't about suppression, it's about freedom. And you know what's even more dangerous? You didn't plan to change anyone. You were just mastering yourself. That's how real change begins. Unintended, pure, unforced. You didn't push the world, you pulled it forward through your example, And in that you discovered the highest form of strength, quiet influence. Nah, you're not trying to be followed. You're simply walking in alignment with truth. And those who crave truth can't help but notice. You've become the evidence that integrity still exists, that endurance still matters, that silence still wins. And one day soon they'll understand. They'll realize you were never silent because you had nothing to say. You were silent because your actions spoke louder. You weren't avoiding the world, you were building one worth walking in. Oh, they thought silence would end your story, but silence wasn't your ending. It was your awakening. It was the beginning of your real voice. The kind of voice that doesn't need to shout to be heard. The kind that lives on long after the noise fades. And now, the world finally listens. So here we are, in the end, huh? But wait, this isn't really the end. Nah, it's the beginning. You see, what you did this morning? That quiet, unseen choice? Yeah, it wasn't small. It wasn't random. It planted something in you, something unstoppable. And he noticed. That smile, that confirmation, that's proof that every moment of restraint, every second you stayed calm, it matters. Oh, wow. Think about it. How many mornings have you let slip by, thinking nothing changes? Nah, not today. Today you became the shift. Today you showed the world, even when nobody's watching, you're still winning. And to you, yeah, you watching right now, you're not just a viewer, you're the real MVP. You're the one who gets it, the one who knows the value of silence, discipline, and unseen power. Big salute to you. So here's the challenge. Comment below. Share your morning story. Let the world know that quiet victories exist. Drop your thoughts, your moments, your reflections, because your voice, combined with the truth you just heard, can shake more than the world ever expected. Remember this: he smiled because you acted when it mattered, even when you didn't realize it. And now it's your turn to notice your own power, to honor your own choices, and to never underestimate the weight of your smallest acts. So smash that like, hit subscribe. Share this with everyone who needs to hear it. 'Cause the truth, the quiet, unstoppable truth, is contagious. And finally, never forget this. Every morning, every choice, every silent victory, it's building you, the one who can stand untouchable, the one who can smile while the world trembles. Oh yeah, that's your power, that's your story, and that is why he smiled.